What's really good, we're back on the USC Dynasty, and this time we're going up to Salt Lake City, Utah to take on the Utah Utes. Now, one thing that you should notice about this video right now, we are now ranked as the #2 team in the country. We got jumped by Alabama. I guess Alabama had a big, impressive win while we went and put Utah State on the split. So now we're up here in Utah. We're looking to get that #1 spot back. Utah is looking to upset us, so let's get on to the kickoff. And while the game's going on, we're going to talk about the USC Trojans in real life. And what another big-time win that was out there in LA Coliseum this past weekend as the USC Trojans beat the Fresno State Bulldogs 45-17. Now, a lot of people were happy about the win, but I did see some that were kind of dissatisfactory about the performance, and mainly it was on the defensive side of the ball. As you see that big catch right there by Kenneth Smith. Kenneth Smith is a beast, man. That's a monster right there, wide receiver. But back to the Fresno State game. So a lot of people are now very concerned about the run defense of the USC Trojans, and Alex Grinch said that he refused to believe that was the standard, and he's right. We could play a lot better on defense, but there's a bright side. We did get a couple of turnovers. We got 10 turnovers on the season as a defense, so that's a very big positive, considering during the Clay Helton era we struggled very badly to get turnovers on defense. On another note, we did hold them to 17 points. But on the other side, I get it. We did give up over 400 yards of total offense to Fresno State. But that wasn't a shock to me, because if you go back and look at Fresno State, how they played Oregon State the previous week, you know they was going to run that football. They can run the football no matter who you are. So they had 164 yards on the ground. They had 257 in the air. And the players that stood out to me as far as the run game were Jordan Mills and Malik Sherrod. Sherrod had a big game. He had just under 6 yards to carry. Jordan Mills had almost 8 yards to carry. So we're going to have to clean that up as we're getting ready to go to Corvallis and take on them Oregon State Beavers. But not only did we get 2 turnovers in this game, we also got to the quarterback 5 times. Thule led the team in sacks in this game. He had 2. Solomon Byrd had a sack. Stanley had a sack. And then Brandon Peely had a sack. And we needed all those at critical times, which was big. When the critical times come, we know how to make plays. That's something we haven't seen in a long time out there in LA. And then on top of that, Gentry led the team in tackles. Eric Gentry is flying all over the field. The fact that he's 6'6" and playing middle linebacker is crazy to me. And he's like lanky. So we need him to beef up in the offseason if he has any more time of eligibility. I forgot. Somebody in the comment section let me know. So as you see, the first quarter's over. We're up 10-0, and we're still driving. And look at that. Look at Antonio Sears on that 14-yard run. So anyway, back to the game in real life. So the defense did a good job of shutting Fresno State out for 2 of the 4 quarters. They didn't score in the first. They did not score in the 4th quarter. So I'm very happy about that. And we only held them to 7 points in the 3rd quarter. So that's big news. That's very big. But like I said earlier, we did give up over 400 yards of total offense to them. So we got to clean that thing up. We got to get rid of the explosive plays. We gave up too many explosive plays in the first 3 games, despite the fact that we blowing these teams out. So we got to put that on hold as we go up to Corvallis on Saturday. So the next thing I want to talk about is the offense. The offense had another stellar performance. Caleb Williams had some little shaky times, but overall he did pretty good. He made plays. The only thing I have about Caleb Williams right now is that he's always looking for that deep pass play. And if you notice in the second half, Fresno State, they was not trying to give us anything. It was just like what Stanford did. Stanford took the deep ball away from us in the second half. So then we had to make the adjustments, which we did. So we started going at them with the run. And I'm very happy to see this, because in the first time in a very long time, we had 2 running backs that rushed for over 100 yards in the same game. Both of these players had over 9 yards to carry. Austin Jones had like 9.3, and I believe Travis Dye had like 9.2, which was crazy to me. And then Travis Dye on that touchdown run, my goodness, man. Austin Jones is a beast too. That's what I like the most. Not only do we have players that have great vision at running back, we also have players that can break tackles, and that's huge right there. As you see, Utah make that touchdown catch. We're still up 10 though. We're going back to the Great White Hope. Leo Ward though, the Heisman Trophy winner. But anyway, back to the running backs. So we have a two-headed backfield. We're still looking for that third guy. I know it's Raleigh Brown. I know Darren Barlow got some action, but overall the run game was looking very strong. As a matter of fact, I believe we had over 200 yards rushing in this game. As a matter of fact, we had 233 along with 284 yards passing, resulting in a 517 yards of offense, man. Like, we were straight beasting on offense. Jordan Addison had a great game, caught 2 touchdown passes, or was it 1? I forgot. Mario Williams looks good, making catches. I would like to see more Brandon Rice, hopefully, in the near future. Michael Epps stood out to me. Not only did he make that interception at the end of the first half, but he also caught a touchdown pass. My only thing now is the depth on the offensive line and mainly at left tackle. So Haskins went down not only once but twice in this game. He had to come back. It was great to see him back, but when he got out the game, they started taking advantage of that. The next play, I'll never forget this, that next play when Haskins went down, was it the first or the second time? I forgot. But they went at that backup left tackle. They got a sack on that play. As a matter of fact, our quarterbacks got sacked 3 times in this game. And that's something that we cannot afford to do if we go up there to Corvallis, Oregon. Because please believe, Oregon State's going to bring that heat. Now, speaking of which, I've watched the Oregon State game last week versus Fresno State. One thing I've noticed about that Oregon State defense, they love running man-to-man coverage. As a matter of fact, old boy from Last Chance U, Wright, the cornerback, that man will be playing on Sundays. Come next spring, he will be drafted in the NFL. He will be playing on Sundays. Please believe. But overall, I think that we'll be ready to play. I'm going to be looking out for the reports on Haskins. Hopefully, he'll be able to start. I'm hoping to see more of Raleigh Brown. I'm hoping we go up there and dominate Oregon State, man, because, like, what they did to us last season was absolutely embarrassing. Just like Stanford, I can go all day with that, though. I can't name a team outside of Washington State that straight embarrassed us, and that's including the games we won. So as you see, we're going in the half. We're up 20-7 on the Utah Utes. Second half begins, and there goes Hubbard stepping back to pass. Makes that pass to Holloway. Well, Holloway, excuse me. My bad, I meant Dustin Holloway. So, back to the Trojans in real life. So there's a lot of fans that are concerned about going up to Corvallis, Oregon. And I get it, but at the same time, I feel that Lincoln Riley will have this team ready to play. He has experience going into crazy atmospheres, and please believe Corvallis, Oregon is going to be a crazy atmosphere because those fans will be rowdy. You know they don't like us, so we're going to have to do what we can to put them in a spliff. I want to blow them out. That's what I really want to do. If they was able, and I don't like doing this, if they was able to struggle with the run game of Fresno State, just imagine how much we'll be able to run on them if we can get things going. So we'll be on the lookout for that. What I don't like about the game is the fact that it's on Pac-12 Network. You have a big, significant Pac-12 game, and you're putting it on Pac-12 Network. This is a perfect example, a very perfect example of why USC is leaving Pac-12 football. This is a perfect example of why we're leaving the Pac-12, man. Because with the new TV contract with Fox and the Big Ten, please believe we're going to take full advantage of that. We're going to have to recruit like crazy, though, not just in California, but all over the country. And that's going to take time. Speaking of which, the defensive line and the offensive line is where we need to build up the most. We start there, we dominate football games even more. As you see, the 6'6", 226-pound running back Curtis Cotton gets into the end zone once again. Now remember, we're using him like Eddie George was being utilized his freshman year up there at Ohio State, a goal line specialist that finishes off drives. Now that's one thing I am very, very happy about in the Lincoln Riley era so far. Through the first 3 games, red zone offense has been phenomenal. The play calling in the red zone has been phenomenal. And then on top of that, through the first 3 games, we have scored a total of 152 points. The last time we've scored that many points in the first 3 games of the season was way back in 2005. You know, Reggie Bush's last year there, Matt Leinart's senior season. As a matter of fact, Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy year. That was the last time we scored that many points through 3 games, which is crazy to me. And then on top of that, we're still rolling on offense, man. It's been efficient. There's been little to no mistakes. We have not turned the ball over yet this season on offense, and I'm very happy about that. If the other guy wasn't still in charge, it would be a completely different story. As a matter of fact, Georgia Southern lost to UAB this past weekend. Ha! Well, so much for that big win out there in Lincoln, Nebraska. But anyway, let's talk about some more news out there in the college football world. So, especially in the Pac-12. So in case you're not up on current events, the Arizona State Sun Devils, they finally pulled that pink slip on Herm, and it was a long time coming with those allegations and all this other stuff. He started letting people go, well, coaches go, including Antonio Pierce and former USC player Chris Hawkins, as a matter of fact. But in the end, it was all him. Like, I thought it was a bad hire from the start. He just doesn't click with players, especially of these times. Like, he's straight old school, no tolerance, no nonsense. And a lot of these players just can't get with that. A lot of these players are entitled, though, I can't lie. But for the most part, I just think that Herm Edwards' personality, his philosophy, and all that other stuff just doesn't mix with players of today's football. So with that being said, we got to look out for who Arizona State is going to announce to be their interim head coach for the rest of the season. And we also have to be on the lookout for the coaching search out there in Tempe, Arizona. Speaking of which, so back to Nebraska. So last week we saw Scott Frost get fired. After the Oklahoma Sooners put them in a spliff, they just fired their defensive coordinator. So, and I get it. The defense is atrocious out there in Lincoln, Nebraska. They're not good at all. They can't stop a nosebleed right now. Word is on the street is that Nebraska's talking to Urban Meyer, but I also saw that they're interested in Matt Campbell, the head coach at Iowa State. So be on the lookout for that, but I don't expect them to make a hire anytime soon. I expect them to take their time with it. If Urban Meyer does get that job, I won't be surprised. Eventually, somebody was going to fall for the bait. They always do. If you're a winner, they don't care. Now, Urban Meyer is definitely a proven winner at the collegiate level. And that goes back to the Jacksonville Jaguars making a terrible decision to hire him as their head coach. You can't be doing these grown-ass men like you be doing college kids, bro. It ain't going to happen that way. Because they will bite back at the NFL level, that is. But anyway, like I said, I won't be surprised if Urban Meyer does get the job, because at the end of the day, Nebraska, all they want to see is W's. That fan base is so damn deluded, though, it's crazy. They really thought that Scott Frost was going to bring back the 90 moments and all that good stuff, the Tommy Frazier days. R.I.P. to the homie Lawrence Phillips, one of the worst upbringings in the history of America. If you don't know the story of Lawrence Phillips, you need to look that up. But back to the USC Trojans. So, Saturday, Corvallis, Oregon. Pac-12 Network, we're taking on the Oregon State Beavers. It's very criminal that this game is on Pac-12 Network, because now a lot of people ain't going to be able to see it. I will, though, so I don't care. But anyway, So we have to start off fast. Take the crowd out of the game immediately, because it gets loud out there in Corvallis, Oregon. The stadium's not big, but it gets loud up there at their stadium. I know they just renovated it too, so I'm anxious to see what it looks like. I haven't taken a look at it yet, as a matter of fact. But yeah, man, so we got a big game coming up this weekend, and I'm anxious to see what we're going to do on offense. If Haskins is going to be starting at left tackle, defense, I'm looking to see what adjustments Alex Grinch makes. One thing I will say about our defense, I would like to see us do a better job with blitz patterns. I don't think we do enough of those. I don't think we get to the quarterback fast enough. But overall, I like what I see so far. Just wish we stop giving up the big plays. That's it. Stop giving up the big plays. Give me some more turnovers. Continue doing that. Get to the quarterback. More 3 and outs. We as fans just have to mentally accept the fact that it's going to take time to build in the trenches. Offensive line and defensive line. I know people have been talking about how we're not deep on both sides of the ball in the trenches, but that's going to take time. And I believe Lincoln Riley's going to get it right. I'm hoping he gets it right anyway. But yeah, man, thank y'all for watching. Looking forward to the game on Saturday. Although I will be on a plane headed to Alaska, so hopefully I get to see some of it. But thank y'all for watching. Peace.